special event. I don't know what happened there, but can't be stopped. We're back with the special event of Michael Conlan. Right. Now, in the breakdown of prediction for this fight, I stated that, and we discussed how, yes, on paper this was a step up for Conlan, but watching it, you can see that Berna was the bigger man than his previous fighters, so he kind of just like bullied him and mauled him down. And when he got in the ring, you could see he was this time the opposite side of that. He was the smaller man. So now he was a smaller man trying to bully and maul himself in against Conlan, who was a better boxer. So coming in with the wide guard and the swinging hooks, Conlan was able to time a nice uppercut to the sternum, knocked all his air out, gassed him in the first round. So that was the main event as a special event on the ESPN card, but that's all it was. And we already discovered or discussed the Vosdick and the number 2 ranked WBC light heavyweight Vosdick with his lackluster. I want to say lackluster because he did perform heavy skills in that fight with the under expectations, I guess, because everyone just gave him way too much, way too soon. So we discussed that performance against Mr.A, and now we will go with the main event of that night, the WBC vacant super lightweight belt. Imam losing against Jose Ramirez in a very another fight that we discussed on here, a predictable fight that we said Jose's pressure was just going to be too much for Imam, and he will stop him. Now, he did not stop him, but he dominated that fight. Like, Imam had his moments, but you can't say Imam won that fight. He had some competitive moments, some fireback moments in that fight. But the pressure of Jose Ramirez was the power hand of the right shot. The power of the right hand was the icebreaker, the dividing line in that fight. And for the first, I say 4.5 rounds, Imam was able to keep the distance pretty safely, pick those shots, which was later the downfall, because yes, he was able to pick the shots. That pressure was just overwhelming for a one-shot pickup artist. This style, that's why it hurts Adrian Broner. It hurts Imam. Gary Russell wasn't able to do it against Lomachenko. When you sit, Rigondeaux wasn't able to do it. When you sit there and wait for that shot against that volume, and if anything, that's one thing a lot of people try and do from Floyd. Like, they try and win matches off that one pick, pop shot. It's not as easy as Floyd made it look. People are rushing and they're overwhelming you. Broner, Imam, Rigondeaux, Russell. It's not as easy as Floyd made it look, and I believe it's Imam's biggest flaw. That when he was in the later rounds, like I said, The first 4.5 rounds, competitive fight. Rounds 5 and 6, it started to sway Ramirez's way with the power shots, or the fact that Imam tries to do that shoulder roll defensive style. His left hand's down, the right hand started to come over. You can see the swelling on Imam's eyes. He's starting to like go back with the shots, and it was just almost like a replay of the Granados fight, which we talked about. Eventually, the pressure, the work rate was going to be too much for Imam. And when Imam did try and fire back, he was able to land some successful shots, which we also discussed. If he has a chance with Ramirez, as Ramirez does apply pressure, but his shots you could throw in between them. His shots are a little wide, and Imam was able to land a few of those, but much too late in the fight and far too much in between. Now, with Ramirez, I had the fight 117, 111. I know there was like a 120, 108. I'm not going to argue that card. Like I said, Jose Ramirez beat him pretty soundly to me. Now, with him winning that belt, you have a Kilik Relik being mandated by the WBA against Edward Travalski. So that belt's already up and gone. You got IBF Mikey Garcia. Who knows what that belt's in for a party. You got the April belt, April 14th, Flanagan and Maurice Hooker coming up. So with Ramirez winning, he's coming back. Now he has to fight Regis Prograis. Now, going into the Regis Prograis and the Ndongo fight, I was picking Jose Ramirez to come out of that little 4-man bracket to be the belt. Now, I'm not quite sure if he could beat Prograis so easily. I still think Prograis can be hit. I think he could be hit very easily. I don't think his defense, I don't think he's as slippery as his movement is. He does a lot of it from a distance. He has good head movement. He does a lot of level changing. But, it seems like he has good timing. Like he was able to catch Ndongo. Will he be able to catch Jose Ramirez like that? He will. He has that power and a style. If he throws in between Jose Ramirez onslaught, he could really knock Jose the hell out. But I also think his style, unless he shows something new, a new high guard, a new kind of bob and weave Tyson tight hooks, something different. I think Regis style might be kind of built for Jose Ramirez. Unless, like I said, because Regis to me kind of seems he could bang. He has the power to bang. But I don't know. He seems like more of a counter puncher. I don't know if he could constantly fight in a volume thrown fight. Maybe he doesn't have to because he has that power. Like I said, I think he can knock out Jose Ramirez sooner than Ramirez can knock him out. But I lean favorable to Jose Ramirez winning that fight as of right now. And even if I was to choose someone by a knockout, I would probably, like I said, I favor Regis early in the fight, but as the fight goes on longer, I think I'm giving it to Ramirez for a knockout. So that was that main event of that card. And covering the brackets, the light heavyweights, making some noise here, making a little bit of noise. For let's before we close the curtain, please, we had a little glitch here. We're coming back. If you're just watching this brief little tail end of the episode 18, hit the thumbs up. We're covering light heavyweights. Go watch the first half of the episode 18. But like I said, before we do a curtain call here, we're going to do a quick little run over through some lightweights, help us for future episodes. Who are we talking about? The WBO, like I said, the title shot, I believe, is coming up in April, which Billy Joe Saunders and Martin Murray got postponed off that card. I want to say April 24th or April 14th is that card, but that's the vacant WBO between Flanagan and Hooker. In the WBO that we covered here on the WRT Boxing Show that the audience might be familiar with, Josh Taylor, number 14. Durrell Foley, he just fought the 17th. He picked up a victory. He's on the 15th. Anthony Yeaget, who was supposed to fight Ivan Barakat last week. He's number 7. But IBF, Mikey Garcia champ. Number 4, Ivan Barakat, who I believe the IBF have given Mikey Garcia like a mandate decision. You have like 10 days or 15 days to decide you want to fight this guy or not. Give up the belt. You got Eric Kowalski at number 6, Josh Taylor at number 10, and Dongo number 8. I'm pretty sure he had dropped from there. Ulysses, number 14. WBA, Curlick's the champion. He's been mandated to fight Karamanowski. You got Michael Shirawaka. He's going against that rematch against God, who's that guy he knocked out? I can't think of his name right now. But Shirawaka, a nice little tough Polish guy. He swings wild. You can punch in between his shots, but he's like he reminds me of that. What's that? Was he Polish or Russian? The guy who just got busted with the mob in New York, Kurlitsky. He kind of Michael Shirawaka kind of fights with that just in your face brawl style. Stephen Wilcox, number 10. He lost to Darren Foley the 17th. And then you got the WBC. The WBC seems to always get the more limelight. All the fighters. I don't know if they don't BS, but they get the people. Humberto Soto. I know the name, but that's who pulled out on the Josh Taylor fight, who is number 5. Victor Postal, number 4. Jose Carlos Ramirez, number 3, who is now the champion. Number 2, Progress. Number 1, Imam. Number 6, Figueroa, Omar. Number 7, Broner. Number 8, Julius Ndongo. Number 9, Felix Diaz. Number 10, Anthony Yeaget. Number 11, Muhammad Mamoun. That dude's bad. I like Muhammad Mamoun. He might get caught a little bit slipping out from his corner, but the way he be jabbing and turning you, like I said, if you can time a left hook on him, because you know he's gonna spin out, you can probably clean his clock. But I like that. I like Muhammad. Who else do we got here? We have. And that is it, Felix Diaz. So on that, we are saying thank you for tuning in. This is the RT Boxing Show. I am your host, Mr. A. Before you turn the switch off and say goodbye, hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys. Thanks for the support.